Chapter 13 of Nights with Uncle Remus. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain and is read by Mark Smith of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Nights with Uncle Remus by Joel Chandler Harris. Chapter 13. Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, and King Deer's Daughter. Notwithstanding Brother Rabbit's success with the drum, the little boy was still inclined to refer to Mr. Benjamin Ram and his fiddle. But Uncle Remus was not by any means willing that such an ancient vagabond as Mr. Ram should figure as a hero, and he said that, while it was possible that Brother Rabbit was no great hand with the fiddle, he was a drummer and a capital singer to boot. Furthermore, Uncle Remus declared that Brother Rabbit could perform upon the panpipe, an accomplishment to which none of the other animals could lay claim. There was a time, too, the old man pointedly suggested, when the romantic rascal used his musical abilities to win the smiles of a nice young lady of quality, no less a personage, indeed, than King Deer's daughter. As a matter of course, the little boy was anxious to hear the particulars, and Uncle Remus was in no wise loath to give them. "When you come to ax me 'bout de year en day en de month," said the old man, cunningly arranging a defense against criticism, "den I'm done, 'kaze de almanac w'at dey got in dem times won't pass muster dese days. But let alone dat, I speck dey ain't had none yit, en ef dey is, dey ain't none bin handed down to Remus. Well den, sometime long in dar, ole Brer Fox en Brer Rabbit got to flyin' 'roun' King Deer daughter. Dey tells me she is a monst'us likely gal, en I speck maybe she was. Leastways, Brer Fox he hanker atter her, en likewise Brer Rabbit he hanker atter her. Ole King Deer look like he sorter lean todes Brer Fox, 'kaze ter a settled man like him hit seem like dat Brer Fox kin stir 'roun' en keep de pot bilin', mo' speshually bein's he's de bigges'. Hit go on dis a way twel hardly a day pass dat one er de yuther er dem creeturs don't go sparklin' 'roun' King Deer daughter, en it got so atter a w'ile dat all day long Brer Rabbit en Brer Fox keep de front gate a skreakin', en King Deer daughter ain't skacely had time fer to eat a meal vittles in no peace er mind. In dem days," pursued Uncle Remus in a tone of unmistakable historical fervor, "w'en a creetur go a courtin' dey wa'n't none er dish yer bokay doin's mix up longer de courtship, en dey ain't cut up no capers like folks does now. Stidder scallopin' 'roun' en bowin' en scrapin', dey des go right straight atter de gal. Ole Brer Rabbit, he mought er had some bubby blossoms wrop up in his hankerchief, but mostly him en Brer Fox 'ud des drap in on King Deer daughter en begin to cast sheep eyes at her time dey sot down en crossed der legs." "And I bet," said 'Tildy, by way of comment, and looking as though she wanted to blush, "dat dey wa'n't 'shamed, nuther." "Dey went 'long dis a way," continued Uncle Remus, "twel it 'gun to look sorter skittish wid Brer Rabbit, 'kaze ole King Deer done good as say, sezee, dat he gwine take Brer Fox inter de fambly. Brer Rabbit, he 'low, he did, dat dis ain't gwine ter do, en he study en study how he gwine ter cut Brer Fox out. At las', one day, w'iles he gwine thoo King Deer pastur' lot, he up wid a rock en kilt two er King Deer goats. W'en he git ter de house, he ax King Deer daughter wharbouts her pa, en she up en say she go en call 'im. En w'en Brer Rabbit see 'im, he ax w'en de weddin' tuck place, en King Deer ax w'ich weddin', en Brer Rabbit say de weddin' 'twix' Brer Fox en King Deer daughter. Wid dat, ole King Deer ax Brer Rabbit w'at make he go on so, en Brer Rabbit, he up en 'spon' dat he see Brer Fox makin' monst'us free wid de fambly, gwine 'roun' chunkin' de chickens en killin' up de goats. Ole King Deer strak he walkin' cane down pon de flo', en 'low dat he don't put no pennunce in no sech tale like dat, en den Brer Rabbit tell 'im dat ef he'll des take a walk down in de pastur' lot, he could see de kyarkiss of de goats. Ole King Deer, he put out, en bimeby he come back, en he 'low he gwine ter settle marters wid Brer Fox ef it take 'im a month. Brer Rabbit say he a good friend to Brer Fox, en he ain't got no room to talk 'bout 'im, but yit w'en he see 'im destroyin' King Deer goats en chunkin' at his chickens, en rattling on de palin's fer ter make a dog bark, he bleedz to come lay de case 'fo' de fambly. "En mo'n dat," says ole Brer Rabbit, sezee, "I'm de man w'at kin make Brer Fox come en stan' right at de front gate, en tell you dat he is kill dem goat. En ef you des wait twel ternight, I won't ax you ter take my wud," sezee. King Deer say ef Brer Rabbit man enough to do dat, den he kin git de gal en thanky too. Wid dat, Brer Rabbit jump up en crack his heels tergedder, en put out fer ter fine Brer Fox. He ain't got fur 'fo' he see Brer Fox comin' down de road all primp up. Brer Rabbit, he sing out, he did, "Brer Foxy, whar you gwine?" En Brer Fox, he holler back, "Go 'way, Rab, don't bodder wid me. I'm gwine ter see my gal." Brer Rabbit, he laugh way down in his stomach, but he don't let on, en atter some mo' chat, he up en say dat old King Deer done tell 'im 'bout how Brer Fox gwine ter marry his daughter, en den he tell Brer Fox dat he done promise King Deer dat dey drap 'roun' ternight en give 'im some music. "En I up en tole 'im," said Brer Rabbit, sezee, "dat de music w'at we can't make ain't wuth makin'. Me wid my panpipe en you wid yo' triangle. De nex' motion we makes," sezee, "we hatter go off some'rs en practise up on de song we'll sing, en I got one yer dat'll tickle um dat bad," says Brer Rabbit, sezee, "till I lay dey'll fetch out a hunk er dat big chicken pie w'at I see um puttin' in de pot des now," sezee. In a occasion like dis, Brer Fox say he de ve'y man w'at Brer Rabbit huntin', en he 'low dat he'll des 'bout put off payin' his call to King Deer house en go wid Brer Rabbit fer to practise on dat song. Den Brer Rabbit, he get his panpipe en Brer Fox, he get his triangle, en dey went down on de spring branch, en dar dey sing en play, twel dey git it all by heart. Ole Brer Rabbit, he make up de song his own self, en he fix it so dat he sing de call, like de captain of de co'n pile, en ole Brer Fox, he hatter sing de answer. At this point Uncle Remus paused to indulge in one of his suggestive chuckles, and then proceeded. "Don't talk 'bout no songs to me. Gentermens, dat is a funny song fum de wud go. Bimeby, w'en dey practice long time, dey gits up en goes 'roun' in de neighborhoods of King Deer house, en w'en night come dey tuck a stan' at de front gate, en atter all got still, Brer Rabbit, he gi' de wink, en dey broke loose wid de music. Dey played a chune er two on de panpipe er triangle, en den dey got ter de song. Ole Brer Rabbit, he got de call, en he open up like dis: "'Some folks pile up mo'n dey kin tote, en dat w'at de matter wid King Deer goat.' En den Brer Fox, he make answer: "'Dat's so, en I'm glad dat it's so.' Den de panpipe en de triangle, dey come in, en den Brer Rabbit pursue on wid de call: "'Some kill sheep en some kill shote, but Brer Fox kill King Deer goat.' En den Brer Fox, he join in wid de answer: "'I did, dat I did, en I'm glad dat I did.' En des 'bout dat time King Deer, he walk outer de gate en hit Brer Fox a clip wid his walkin' cane, en he foller up wid another'n, dat make Brer Fox fairly squall, en you des better believe he make tracks away from dar, en de gal, she come out, en dey ax Brer Rabbit in." "Did Brother Rabbit marry King Deer's daughter, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy. "Now den, honey, you're crowdin' me," responded the old man. "Dey ax 'im in, en dey give 'im a great big hunk er chicken pie, but it won't make sho' dat he tuck'n marry de gal. De p'int wid me is de way Brer Rabbit run Brer Fox off fum dar." End of chapter 13.